Hey, hi. Yikes. I wonder if I said it differently. Hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the rescue here today for Cricut Chat, our daily live video on Facebook for people who love to craft with their Cricut. And I am doing that right now. Actually, I'm working on a Mother's Day card, and I also wanted to just talk about Mother's Day a little bit. And let's see, what else? I wanted to just kind of catch up with you. It's been a busy week for me, and I'm kind of like just like running on steam right now. So I wanted to talk about just about Mother's Day and what we should be doing for the next couple of weeks. Mother's Day is coming up. It's May 9th. May 9th. Good morning. Hello, everyone. And so it's May 9th, and I have plenty of cards for you. In fact, last year I published a Cricut Design Space file of 24 cards, and I'm actually working on a newer one that is taking forever to, it's all done in pen, and I thought that it would be really cute in foil, but it would have taken forever in foil. So I'm kind of glad I did it in pen. I'm still working on it. So, Cricut just launched this whole new blog and sort of a campaign, I guess it's called, of celebrating every kind of mother. And that's what I wanted to talk about real quick, is that how long are you on vacation until? Oh, hi. Hi, Diana. Hi. Who's in St. Louis? Paralita? Central Florida, Nikki. Is it nice and warm? It's actually gotten really cold here today, and there's some rain and possibly snow up in New Hampshire where my sister is. Not down here, I don't think. We're too close to the water for that. And I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I think the latest I've ever seen snow here was like the first week in April. But it's possible, but we have our cleanup, our citywide cleanup on Saturday. So I'm hoping that it's just rain, and then we'll come in and do our cleanup. The city's a mess, needs to be cleaned up. So I was talking with my product expert friends, my fellow product experts last night, and the leader of that group, and they were telling me about this whole idea of this campaign about every kind of mom. And there's a lot going on here, and we'll dive deeper into it. But I wanted to just kind of speak to that mom thing, because when I was younger, before I had my son, so like when I was in my 20s and maybe early 30s, it really kind of bothered me that I'd go to church and they would like make this big thing about moms. And I guess because, my mom was always, my mom has her problems, and we've had kind of a difficult relationship. And it wasn't like I was going all the time doing these Happy Mother's Day things. And I didn't have any kids of my own. And I felt like, this is kind of a stinky holiday if you don't have kids. But then I started thinking about, all my animals, and also people that I mentor, that are friends that are younger than me. And I thought, everyone can be a mom, even guys, and even like stepmoms. There's so many different kinds of moms. And so I think it's probably best to, when we think about moms, just think about it as celebrating the relationship of mothering instead of just, you know, the official biological mom. Yeah, like single dads or dads who play a larger role. I mean, I think it's great, these dads that are like learning how to do things that are, yeah, dog mom. There is that. I had this conversation with my friend about wives and mothers, and I said to him, and he's from the Dominican, so he like has really old-fashioned views of what mothers and wives were, or he has them. And I said sometimes, boy, I wish I had a wife. And he said, what are you talking about? You are a woman, you can't have a wife. And I'm like, yeah, but you know those wives, the moms, that they do everything for you, and you know, sometimes you just wish you had somebody that would be like that. I don't know, that's coming from me as a woman who used to be a wife and is a mother, but you know, doesn't have that sort of same reciprocating relationship. Anyway, it's kind of a silly thought, but I think by turning it around and looking at motherhood or parenthood or fatherhood or whatever differently will help with this holiday, because the holiday can sometimes be really painful. There are moms that have gone on to, you know, they've passed, and then there are moms that have lost children, and so they're all different circumstances. And so I think just kind of focusing for me, like reframing what Mother's Day is about, is probably the best action plan for me, because I just don't have that kind of mom that is like what's typical. So, and I don't know, I'm sure there are other people out there that are like that. But anyway, so I wanted to point you in the direction of this. This is a 30 plus DIY Mother's Day gift ideas for every kind of mom. And there are like candle gifts, and then there are gift ideas. And what I noticed is that, look at this, like a sleep mask, which is kind of cool. And I noticed some pretty awesome looking gifts here, but also not a whole lot of cards, but I have pulled together quite a few cards, and I'm hoping that my machine finally stops. It's cutting now, so this is good. So I put together a huge, and I'm going to give it to you, it's like 24 cards that are free in Cricut Design Space and can be cut on all the yeah, I know it's painful, Paralita, I know. But, like, you know, my mom is definitely not typical. Definitely not typical. And we don't live close together anyway, so that's a little hard anyway. But, so I don't know. I was thinking that this would be kind of that kind of show. Now, tomorrow is Friday, and we're going to be doing 3D Friday, and I am going to be showing you a couple of, I haven't picked them out yet. I want to just show you. I'm going to do Lori Whitlock because she's having a sale right now, and it's shoploriwhitlock.com, you know, and she has... For those people, it's 30% off. You do have to use a coupon code when you place the order. She does have all of these Easter cards and everything listed here. I think what I'd like to make is some 3D things, because it is 3D Friday. And I was thinking about making, where is it? That pen holder that everybody always says to me, oh, where'd you get that? And so that was something I was thinking about if I can find it. But she does do 3D files. There it is, right here. This 3-compartment desk organizer. So if you do want to purchase it, I can show you how to put it together. And it's $2.99, but you get 30% off. Okay, so that, I think we'll do that tomorrow. It's really cute, simple, and you can use all the Echo Park papers for it, and or do whatever you want to see. Summer stuff. Okay, so we'll do some starting with summer stuff. So maybe I won't change this. Maybe I'll do something. She has some pretty cool summer cards. So we can do that. We also have Earth Day coming up. So I don't know if you want to see some sort of outside, like Earth Day type of things. And also Father's Day and what else? Cinco de Mayo. I do have to be careful with the Cinco de Mayo because someone, also on YouTube, never on Facebook, but on YouTube said that I was kind of making fun of Cinco de Mayo, which I don't even know that I was, but whatever. You just get those people that they have an odd way of looking at things. I think bringing attention to the fact that that Cinco de Mayo is really a bigger holiday than it is in the United States. A bigger holiday in Mexico was a good way to look at it, but I don't know. Apparently, I was doing some sort of, cultural appropriation or something. I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to please everybody. Craft board for the inside. This is actually done with all cardstock. So anyway, I want to encourage you to get on over to Lori's site, shop.loriwhitlock.com and check out what she has. I also want to point out, because some people actually sent me email and asked me, how do I find stuff on her site? And I will tell you that her site is very difficult to navigate. She's been doing this for a very long time. She, I think her husband helps her with it too. And what happens is she comes up with a kind of card. So let's say the impossible card. So if we go back to her site. So she'll come up with a kind of card like this. So this is called an impossible card. And then she'll make like sometimes a dozen of these in all different styles. So what I would suggest, first of all, is don't buy all of them if you like that style card, because, you can manipulate them a little bit. But so she has all of those, and then she has a lot of cards because she's essentially a card maker. So if you were looking for, say, Easter cards, what I would suggest is using this left-hand navigation. So over here, instead of going to cards and layout, choose holiday instead. And when you choose holiday, you can choose, Mother's Day, Easter. Now you will get some things that are not cards, but the majority of them will be cards because she does make a lot of cards. So for instance, I did Mother's Day, and look at these adorable pop-up cards that are so cute. There's an Easter one, a birthday, and a Mother's Day, and another birthday. So that's kind of cool. And I would probably buy something like that. The other thing is, if you go to cards, and you're looking for cards, you have to drill down over here. So go down, when you go to cards and layouts, choose cards again, and then choose from here. So if you like those pop-up cards, go to pop-up box cards, and here you'll see these are those pop-up box cards that we kind of called a Z-fold card. And so these are really fun and interesting. Actually, yeah, these are cute. We could probably do those too. Okay, so yeah, the unicorn one is great. And she also has box cards. But it is hard, I'm not going to lie. It is hard to find her cards. And sometimes just doing a search or using that nav bar, like, for instance, if you just want to do unicorns, or you want to do cats, or you want to do deer, that might work too. But just putting in a search card is going to yield like hundreds of results. And it's going to drive you kind of crazy. So don't do that kind of a search. It's too broad, even though you think it's narrow. So anyway, let's look at this card that we're making, and then I'm also going to show you some of the other ones. I like this card because it says, "Thanks for being like a mom to me." Oh, yeah? Explosion boxes for the princess and the mermaid. Let me have a look at those. I'll do that after the show. So, sometimes there are people, and I have a couple of them in my life, that have been really like more of a mother to me than my own mom. or, I'm sure you have, people that are, they're like a decade older or something like that, and they just kind of keep you on track. Yesterday, one of them is my neighbor in the back of me, and I didn't see her for a long time because of COVID, and plus her son was very, very ill with cancer, and I saw her yesterday because it was beautiful. We took the dogs out, and she was like, "How you feeling?" And I told her, and then she said, "No, did you get your shot yet?" And I said, "No, I've been waiting." And she said, "Rita, I'm going to be on you all the time now. You have to get your shot." And I said, "Really? I mean, I'm going to get it, but I was waiting." She said, "No, because you have had cancer, you should get you should have gotten it right away." And I thought, well, when they asked, I didn't have any cancer anymore. So I thought maybe that meant that I had to wait. She said, "No." And so she's like keeping an eye on me, and making sure that I do the right thing. So that's why I liked this card. It says, "Thanks for being like a mom to me." And I actually think it should have like a little piece there that's maybe pink. But look at all of this writing. Whoa, I couldn't believe. And it is a square card. So I will give you this card. We'll put it together too, including the envelope. Because remember, square envelopes are unique in the Postal Service. Okay. So, what I did want to do, I know it's just really hard, like right now, to get it at the, in Massachusetts. I mean, they're saying like, "Oh, we're doing really great job," and it sounds like it. But since I don't go out, I don't have to go out. I figured I'll just wait my turn. Yeah, Bren, that's a great idea. Maybe I can put one of those little pop dot foil, the party foil, right? Anyway, so let me show you what I put together with my card project. So I have 24 cards here. I'm going to open it up. It took forever this morning. Did you guys notice that there was an update that processed on the site yesterday? If you haven't got it, you probably will get it. Just log out and relog into your Design Space software. That is going to allow for all 3 of those cards and to fix some minor issues there as well. So here's my my 24 Mother's Day cards, and they range in like from being sort of tongue-in-cheek to really pretty, and they're pretty quick cut cards, so I wrangled them all together for you. But I wanted to, if you had a Cricut Joy, I wanted to show you how you can modify these so that they'll work on the Joy, because the Joy doesn't have scoring, and cutting something this big would be difficult. So I'm going to have to go through and I'm going to pick 1 or 2 here, and then the rest I will get a close up so that you won't be all I need to get more sleep because I'm tired. It's such a lovely day yesterday, but I'm tired. All right, so I'm just going to hide a lot of these so that we can kind of see. But when you open up this file, and remember, when you open up a file, you have to save it to Design Space, your Design Space, to be able to save it. And that's real simple to do. You just simply go up to save, where it says save as, and decide what you want to call it. This is also the case is if you find a project in Design Space and you want to save it on your version of Design Space. So consider that like renaming. And I hope you all are using the collections, because it's really awesome. I want to just show you what I did for collections. So let me go back. I'm going to save this. I'll go back and show you what I did for collections. I created my projects. So over here, my projects, I created a whole bunch of collections because I'm so like into organizing my files. And though if you're stumped on how to organize your files, then this might be good for you. But okay, so you guys know I work with some outside designers like Dreamy Tree and SVG Cuts and Lori Whitlock. So I did add those people. So over here, there's another one. It's called Burden Avenue that she does mostly free stuff. And then here's Dreaming Tree. And what I like about this project file thing or the collections is that something can be in one, more than one order. So for instance, here are cards. I already have 329 cards in this category. There's a lot of cards. I don't know why they're not all showing up, but there's a lot of cards there. But there's some that are like, say, Mother's Day, or there's some that are Valentine's Day. So depending on what I'm looking to find, and maybe Lori Whitlock needs to think of this as her categorization too. But like, for instance, I might be a floral note card, and you'll see, I think this one is a good one to check. How do I check? What do I check on this? Oh, come on. Oh, here. So if you click on here and you do edit collections, so this is already in 3 different categories. So cards, flowers, and Lori Whitlock. So whether I choose flowers from my group, so over here, I chose flowers. There are a lot of flowery things here, but also flowery cards and flowery 3D things and things from special designers and that sort of thing. So if you guys haven't started using collections, I would encourage you to do so. It's a little hard when you have like close to 2,000 projects, which is what I have, but I just kind of did it all in one fell swoop, and it was really easy. I don't think I got everything, and that's the only thing that's bad about it. But what I did find out was if you go to my projects and you remember how you named the project, all right, so let me go to all my projects. So you remember, for instance, Lori Whitlock, I always save her files as LW at the beginning. So if I type in under my projects LW and do a search, it will give me all of her files, because I had the foresight years ago of saving all of her files with LW on there. So in addition to collections, you're going to also get this ability to search. So if you've saved your files in some sort of order, so the other one is for Dreaming Tree, I did 3D SVG. That's how I did it, because that's their website. And look, there are all the files. There's a lot of them. I mean, I don't know. And that's not the category. That's by the name. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the category is up here, my projects, and I could choose all categories and search in a category. But I'm actually just searching in my projects and searching by the name. So if I did SVG Cuts, it will bring up SVG Cuts. These are all my SVG Cuts because I saved them that way. Okay. Sorry, I'm being really wordy. However, so let me go back to, let's go back to the canvas. Okay. So let's work on this card just to kind of show you how to work it so that you can do it on the Cricut Joy. So you guys know, I mean, I've made it really big. So, you know, these are not the right measurements for you to be thinking about, but I just wanted to make it big so you could see it. But you know that a Joy doesn't do scoring. So here is a score line. So what you'll need to do, if you want to make any of these on the Joy, what you'll need to do is is to take away the scoring, and you do that by selecting it. You might have to ungroup it first, and then when you ungroup it, when you select it again, it will like ungroup this back piece. But once you get to this place, then you'd have to choose detach. So detach is down here. Okay, so you might have to ungroup and detach these files, but that's okay. And you either save this piece or use it. But when you detach it, you're going to just take off of this scoring piece and just delete it. Then we're going to choose a shape. We're going to choose our square shape, and we're just going to lop off the left side of the card. And that we do by resizing the square and then sort of getting it close to what you think would look like, and then selecting these both, and then we're going to slice. Okay, so by slicing, it's taken the back off of this card, and here is the back. Okay, now I can resize it. This is kind of a yucky color for this, so let me change it so I can see what it's going to look like. This is a really pretty card. So you put that little piece in the back and then resize it, group it, and let's see, make it a 5x7. I think a 5x7 will look really pretty. And why is it so small? Okay, there we go. So there's a 5x7 that could be, it's a little too big for the Joy, but you could change it to 4¼ by 5½, which works perfect for the Joy. Okay, so I'm going to give you all of these files, and there are 24 cards in this file, and you can choose which ones you want. I just kind of want to give you a selection in case you were like, where do I find Mother's Day cards? You know, that kind of thing. So let's put this one together so you can see how it works. I'm going to move you down. I'm not going to cut it because it took way too long to cut it. But I did also cut because of the writing, I did cut some envelopes here. Hi, Terry. I cut some envelopes, and I cut 2, of course. I cut 2. I always cut 2. It's starting to become a problem because I need to find somebody who's going to take all these cards because I have so many. And I have so many projects that I work on that I've run out of space in my home. So I'm going to have to start looking. I gave away a bunch of my scraps last week. That felt really good. So, okay, so this is pretty simple. It's a square card that is embellished like this. This is the layer, thanks for being like a mom to me. And then this layer, which is just gorgeous, was all the writing. This is all writing done with the Cricut gel pens. And there's some cutouts here to show the green in there. So I think that's kind of cool. They had said put 2 different color pink, but I'm kind of getting a little sick of pink, so I added the green there. So this is just a quick, once you get it cut out, and this will take a long time. So once you get it cut out, we're just going to glue them all together. Now, it might be fun to put some pop dots here, but I don't know. We'll just use the glue for now. So today we're using our Barely Art glue. I'm looking for my needle part. Where's my needle? I always do that. Oh, here it is. All right. I'm just going to put some glue on there. Now you could add sentiments, but I did not add any sentiments to those cards. I figured you just would prefer it if you can put your own sentiments. But I'm going to show you how to put a sentiment in just so that you can be aware of that. All right, so here we go. Thanks for being a mom to me. And we're just going to glue this part on, for being like a mom to me. And then this part also gluing on. And that is it. So the machine does all the work. This morning when I was getting ready for this class, my machine was updating, and it was taking a little bit longer than I expected it to. And so I was waiting and waiting, and I started thinking, gee, what if this is going to take a long time, and I'm not going to be able to prepare for this class, and yada yada yada. And so I started working with some paper that I got from Joann's the last time they had a huge paper sale, and I started thinking about putting cards together by hand, and how we used to cut everything. I don't know if that's something you guys want to see how that happens, but it's like a lot of like layers, and then this is the envelope, and you'll see that it's scored here. You wouldn't be able to do the envelope on the Joy, but you could also hand make them, which is what we used to do before we had a Joy or a maker. So hand making envelopes is pretty simple, and they even have like envelope boards that will help you to figure out what size you want. But this I just resized with the card itself, and I'm just putting a little bit of glue up on the side here. Oh, I talked to her this morning, Dawn. I don't know. She might be being a little quiet. I don't know. She's usually so vocal or so vivacious that maybe she's just being quiet today. It feels a little bit like a quiet day to me after my birthday and all of that. So today's going to be a cleaning and regrouping day for the rest of the day for me. So maybe she's feeling the same vibe. Okay, so thanks for being like a mother to me. I left it undone, but I can bring you back up to my screen to show you. Really, Shelley? I don't know. Shelley is in Acton, which is kind of west of where I am, and she's saying that we might get snow, but maybe in her area, her neck of the woods. So anyway, I use this paper that I really like, just really pretty. And if I were going to mail it, I think what I would do is cut out a return address label and put it on there, because it's kind of hard for the mail people to read. So I just kind of bring you up here to sort of show you what I'm talking about. So you could just go in and look for an image just look for label. Just like this. Now we'll return things that are not labels that you're looking for, but I do this a lot of times. I just pull up a label that I happen to like. So this one here I like, and it's a single layer image. So what I'm going to do, it comes in really big. I'm going to resize it down to something a little more manageable. So this is 4 inches wide. Well, my envelope is 5 inches wide. So I still think that's kind of big. So I'm going to like resize it afterwards. But then I would just hit text, and I would start typing the name. So I'll put in Elisa. That's my aunt. And 1 Main Street. That's not really where she lives, folks. And Peabody, Mass. 01960. And then of course I need to turn it into writing. So I'm going to go up to font, And I can do a filter where I can look for just for writing fonts and choose which one I like, because there are a lot of fonts. And so choosing the perfect one with a pen might be a little bit hard. So I don't know. I like this one's kind of cool. It's all capitals and it's sort of angular. So what I want to do here is align it to the center. I think that would look nice. And then I could also ungroup to lines, and I can just sort of shrink it down and put it here like this. Lisa. All right, Teddy. And here you go. So, and by doing that, and actually look here, I want to put the zip code on a new line. So I just double click on the box, and then up comes my text box that I can adjust. So by hitting return, I can then do this. I do need to ungroup to lines again, so I can move this. But even still, this is really big. So this is what I would do to kind of do a return address label. Now, actually, it's not a return address label. It's a label. So if you wanted to, you can make your own return address labels just like this, and you don't have to use a fancy label style. You can use just any old label, and then you can cut and print them out from for holidays and stuff like that. I like to do that a lot. So so there is a way to make the address label. I would then attach it, and it's all set to go. Now, if you wanted to, you could also change this to a print then cut, probably before you changed your font. So let's detach it, and let's hear this here. Oh, once I detach it to lines, I can't really mess around with it. So what I would do is I'd add a new text line, and I would make Elisa Corapi, 1 Main Street, Peabody, Mass. 01960. Okay. And where is it? Where'd it go? Uh-oh, it's hiding on me. All right, where is it? Is this it? No. Huh. How did that happen? Oh, maybe okay, folks, I don't know. I'm all mixed up today. But you could, before you changed it to a writing font, you could flatten it and choose to print these out with your sticker paper. Remember that we did last week, right? Right. So so there's that. So if you wanted to do that, let's start over. We'll grab an image for our label. Let's choose this one. It looks pretty basic. All right. And here's our label, and you can keep it that big if you want to, just while you're working. My eyes are bad, so I like to do things big and then shrink them down. So then I'm going to hit text, and in text, I am going to not choose writing style. I am going to go up here and take that filter out. Right? I'm going to find whatever I like. So for instance, this is kind of cute. It's called A Child's Year. And let's type in again, Lisa and 1 Main Street. All right. Now see how it's coming up there? That's okay. You can make a change here after you type this. So you don't have to do it before. And I find doing it afterwards actually is probably easier for me. So I can go up here, and I like this child's year, but I don't want it in writing. I want it in the regular print, which is kind of nice. So here is my aunt's fake address, and I'm going to sort of put it here. This looks good. I could also, if I wanted to, center it or whatever. Then once I have it like this, I'm going to select the whole thing and I'm going to flatten the whole thing. By flattening it, it kind of changes the way the margins look, and that's sort of to indicate how the that it's going to be, when you flatten an image, it's only going to be a print then cut. So now if we went to hit make it, we will see that there is a very large label in the print then cut box. So it's usually when I do that, I'll come back and say, oh gosh, I don't need a 7-inch wide thing. I think maybe 4 would work, or I can unlock it and do it by hand if I wanted to. And then when I go to hit make it, it will show up there in the box. And I could, if this was a return address label, I could maybe just do like 20, see how many are going to fit in that box, because they're all the same size. This is slightly different than we did with the stickers, but it's still useful information, because you can do that. But see, it's actually, I wanted to do 20, so it maxed out at 2, 4, 6, 12. Now, if that's still like too much, then we can go back and look at this and see, is the size still a little too big? We can play around with the size a little bit like that and hit make it. Now, this is slightly different than the little project I taught you. Let's see how many of 20 will fit on here by making that change. The little secret I taught you, where you'd create a box that you put all of your images in, you could still do that. But this one here is such a basic cutout that it's going to maximize your size. And remember, when you're cutting this out, it's not going to use the whole sheet of sticker paper. You will need a printer to print it on, and then so you can probably use different colors and what have you, and then you'd have your own return address labels. Someone asked me last week, how do I keep the images, the stickers on the backing? Like last week, I was cutting them out so that they had no, let me show you what I mean. They were cut from the page like this, my little pineapple. And someone asked me, how do I keep them on the page? And the answer is just your setting. So in your setting, I would choose something like washi sheet. It's actually a sheet of washi tape, and that will do a kiss cut. And a kiss cut is very similar to how you cut vinyl, because vinyl, you want to keep the backing on, right? You don't want it to cut all the way through. So use washi sheet as a setting. Yes, Alexandra. Yes. So I always kind of circle back and get all the answers. I just don't remember who asked me. That's all. So that is sort of it for today. So tomorrow I'm going to look, but if you have some ideas on what you want to do for 3D Friday, let me know. I kind of was thinking that we would do some Lori Whitlock because she is on sale. And then on Saturday night, I am going to do the wreath. The wreath, the boxwood wreath from Leah Griffith. So I hope you can come on Saturday night, and then Sunday we'll have our day with Joy. So we'll be working on some Joy things. I think what we'll do is probably do some cutting of our own paper to match the 3 different size cards that are there, the new cards. Butterfly box. No, I haven't. I did buy some things from Dreaming Tree recently, but I haven't put them together. So there you go. Now listen, before you go, remember, if you haven't put your name in for the Joy giveaway, you can still do it. There's still time. And if you are already following me, that's okay. Just, sign up though, because it's just because you already are following me doesn't make you eligible for the giveaway. So, you know, really, can you tell me how do you put your dog's photo on a mug? Yeah, Deborah. So that was done with my Sublimation printer. So if you guys want to talk Sublimation, I know a lot of people went out and got Sublimation printers. And actually, Aladra just said that that she got one. And she actually got a Sawgrass, which is really a big thing, really expensive one. But I have an Epson, and really it's so much fun. So I printed a photo on Sublimation. I did mirror it. And then what I did was I cut out an infusible ink. Let me see if I can find that project. But I cut out an infusible ink on the transfer sheet and left an opening for the picture. That was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed that. Let me see if I can find that file. Oh, so many files. Here it is. So this one was, I used save this. Okay, so let's customize this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see if it will open up now. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. Here it is. Please open. Okay, here we go. So for those of you that missed this lesson, or maybe you didn't have your stuff, so I imported pictures of all my dogs. This one actually isn't my dog. And I cut out their image. So this one I cut out in a heart. That's Teddy Bear. But this one here is Queen Bee. And I did it in a circle. Then I found this thing, which is a mug setup design. And what I did was I made sure that this image was cut out exactly this way. So when I went to print it, I printed this part on my Sublimation printer, and then this part I actually cut out on my Explore. Okay, and then when I was ready, I just had my picture. So let's choose this one. I had my picture in here. This was done on the Sublimation printer. And then I cut this out of infusible ink transfer sheets. And when I wrapped it onto the mug, it all infused at once. You want to do it all at once, okay? You want to make sure you do it all at once. So don't do layered. I know a lot of people want to, they think with iron on, we layer iron on, but you don't layer infusible ink. And that same process holds true for the Sublimation, is that if you're going to use Sublimation and infusible ink, you have to do it at the exact same time. Okay, so are you talking to me, Diana? I don't know. So there's that. We can do that over. I happened to get a box of 36 mugs in, and that was after I did all my mugs recently. So I'm going to be making mugs, and if you want to see that again, I'll be happy to show you that. Okay. All right, everyone. I think that's going to be it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. And again, tomorrow we're going to do something 3D because it's Friday. And I think unless I hear something different from you, I think I'll probably do something 3D from Lori Whitlock. And that will be fun because I can show you how to put that together. And a lot of people find that super useful, that particular project that I mentioned. But so check out her website. And then if you don't get a chance to check out her website, you can always make a purchase after the show and see if you want to make it, after you see it made. All right, everyone. I'm rambling today. Have a great day. I'm going to clean today. I actually, for my birthday, I bought myself one of those Dyson Animal vacuum cleaners, those super expensive ones. And it was on sale. A lot. It was on sale a lot. I have been going through vacuum cleaners because Corgi shed like absolutely mad. And I have had a Kirby, I have had Hoovers, and what's the other one, that big one? Something Electrolux and everything. But it just never seems to be able to do the Corgi hair, like always so much. So I decided yesterday for my birthday that I was going to buy myself that. So it's coming today. So I'm going to be vacuuming the heck out of everything in my house today, including my studio. So wish me luck, and I will see you all tomorrow. And have a wonderful day, whether it's sunny or not. I hope you get some crafting in. Have a great day. Bye.